yes, let's make sure you click, oh yes, and then you, yes. Okay, let's resume. Hi guys, DeeSims here and welcome back to the channel, and today I bring to you a very special video. So in this video, I'm hopefully, because I'm doing this on a whim, hopefully it goes as planned. I am going to be showing you how to have a functioning sorority and fraternity with the Sims for Discovery University. So I'm really excited about this because this is something that I've really wanted in my game, and I'm hoping everything I bring to you kind of all wraps up into each other and it just work, honey, because that's what we need. Okay, I want it to work. So I have contacted one creator to see if they're willing to kind of do a collab on a mod where we can bring you a little bit more to make this feel a little bit more complete. But right now, all I have is the rough copy of trying to have a functioning sorority. So I'm going to try my best to give you everything you need to do that. But in my head, it should work. Like, everything should be tip-top shape, honey. So if you're interested in seeing how you can get a functioning sorority in your game, in your college world, then keep on watching. So what we're gonna do before I get to Elle, because this is Elle from Sims Camp. She's got a little bit of makeup. Look at my little Max's baby. Look at her. She's so cute. Okay. I'm going to be giving Elle is going to be joining a sorority as she enrolls on campus and things like that. She's been interested in this sorority, and it's just a lot that you could do, honey. But before we get her into joining a sorority, I want to show you how to set up a sorority already, so we can have Elle join it eventually. So what we're gonna do before we even get into Elle and her enrolling into school and living in a sorority house and doing all those kind of things, I'm gonna show you how to make a sorority. Okay, so right now we're in the world of Brightchester, and I'm just going to show you where we are. We are on these two identical backlots. Of course, you could do this anywhere. I'm just showing you where I am. So right now we have Amber, who I already enrolled in school. I don't know if you know this, but you can, with testing cheats on, you can shift click someone and enroll them straight to university. I see a lot of people saying they hate how you have to wait for the letters and things like that. Honestly, if you've already applied for your scholarships and you want to just quickly enroll, you can just shift click and do that. So that's exactly what I did with Amber. I found a group of girls on a gallery and I moved them. Let me show you. I moved them to a lot in Willow Creek just to sit them down. Like, I don't care where they're staying because they're not going to be there. But I put a whole bunch of girls, as you can see right here, on this lot. Okay. So that's what I did. I enrolled Amber into school. As you can see, she got one class. She's enrolled into school. And when it was time to pick, I'll show you. When it was time to pick her her housing, I clicked the Phi Theta new house. So that's just something I made up. And let me show you a little bit more about this housing. So if you put in your testing cheats true and all that kind of stuff, and then you put in bb.enable free build. Okay, I can't spell. Enable free build, you'll be able to do this because, again, I told you this is university housing. So there's two ways you could do this. You could do this as university housing, and I also have a mod that removes the restrictions, so we're able to put down a whole kitchen and stuff like that. I will link that mod down below. I'm going to be linking a couple of mods to make this a little bit easier, so just make sure you stay with me, sis. Stay with me. Okay, so like I said, I have Amber here, and when we enrolled, we chose this house. So with this being a university housing, we choose which university, which is Foxborough, because I ain't messing with Brightchester. You could choose your gender, so we could choose female for sorority, you could choose your male for fraternity, and then with affiliations, all of the clubs and organizations that's already in your game will have an affiliation tag. So when I moved those group of girls to that lot in Willow Creek, I did it after the fact, so, but you can still do it. But before I moved Amber in, before she left the nest, I made a group called Phi Theta New, and I put all those girls in that group. And I'm going to show you how to, so say Amber is your sim, and how you can get her into this university house without worrying about all of her sisters in the sorority. So we put Phi Theta Nu here, and that's pretty much it. You could put them in there, and now your sim, Amber, so say Amber was your sim, now Amber is a part of the sorority. So what I did was I made the club beforehand, but when I moved Amber in, the club was gone, but the house still had the affiliation. So what I did after that had happened, because I guess because she enrolled in university, it broke up the club, or it could just be a glitch on my end. Maybe it won't do it for you, but if it does, all you have to do is remake the club, add all the girls back in, and I gave Amber some club points, so we were able to unlock these slots, because you do want to have open slots available. So right now, Amber is the only person who's living in this house. Now, I have LittleMsSams roommate mod, and with that, you can choose your own roommate. I removed the 2 roommates that had that came in with her because they weren't a part of Phi Theta Nu, and I didn't like that. So what I did was, when she moved in, I remade the club, and it's saying that she's affiliated with it. So all I have to do now is get all of our sisters to move into the house, but I don't necessarily want to worry about their schedule. I don't want to make sure they go to class or they go to work or something like that, which is where this mod comes in. So far you need the Sims 4 Get Together, because you need to make the club. You need the Sims 4 Discover University, and you need LittleMsSams roommate mod. So that's where we are right now. I don't know if things are going to change. And of course, if you don't want requirements on the dorm, you can also add in the no requirements mod, which I'm going to link down below as well. So we got 4 mods so far if you want this to work. So right now, Amber is living in this house alone, and we want her to have sisters to move in to this lot. So this is where LittleMsSams roommate mod come in. And when I said you could do this 2 ways, you could. If you wanted everyone to live in this university housing, and you wanted all of her sisters, to be playable, then you would just enroll them all to live in this house, and then when you play this household, you'll have those 7 people. You could do the exact same thing without all the hassle on a residential lot, which means the girls can go to either one of the universities. If you just wanted to have a regular university, you can literally just move 8 Sims into here. But I'm thinking a lot of people want to be a part of a university but not have to worry about everyone's requirements. So that's why I'm showing it to you this way. So therefore, you could just play your sim, and they can still have the benefits of being in a club, because you can add certain things. I know there's a ton of things that you can add, such as having this club only be female. So if I go to the settings of Phi Theta Nu, I just found this regular old description on Google because I wanted to use something for the video. This is where I'm hoping to have a modder work with me, because I would love to have a whole bunch of Greek lettering and Greek signs, so that can be your club icon. And of course, you will set this to invite only, so I can show you when I believe we're saying Amber is our sim because this is how we get the university started. But once you're playing with your sim, you want to have slots open so your sim can join. So you can set this to invite only. You can set their club hangout to be at their house. And of course, you can add in a ton of activities and things that you want your sorority to do. So for instance, I can say that I want my sorority to play soccer. So that's something that they'll do when they're together. Of course, y'all know how the club system works. I believe there's even a category, like you could say I want all my girls to be young adults. You could say I want all of my people to be rich or middle class. You can go through and set all of your requirements however you want them using the regular old club system. You could say I want everyone to be famous. I want everybody to be, I believe I have something, I believe it's a trait where you could say you want everyone to be female. So if that's something that you want just to add a little bit more on it, you could do that. So perfect. That's what we're going to say. And I don't know if that's what broke the game, so I'm just going to take that off. Okay. So right now we got Amber in here living alone. Let's get her sisters living with her. So we're going to go back to Manage Worlds, and we'll save and go back. We're going to go to the house in Willow Creek, and I'm going to show you what you can do. So we're going to go back here to Willow Creek, and we'll go to the house where all the girls are, and we're going to have to enroll them one by one. Like, I know that is tedious, and especially if you want to do something that I want to do, like a sorority row where I want a ton of people, it is going to be tedious. But you know, it'll work in the meanwhile. So right now we're on Malia, Maya, whoever. And we're going to enroll her into university by shift clicking Foxbury. We're going to say you're our history major because I don't feel like doing anything. And this is important. We're going to say that we want her to stay at home. I know you want her to be in this house. I'm going to show you how to put her in this house. Right now we're just going to say she's at home, and we're going to keep on moving. And we're going to do that for every single girl. So we got her. We'll shift click her. We'll enroll her into university. At home, period. We'll do it for you. Make sure you're clicking on the people. You all right, sis? Okay. So we enroll all the girls. Apparently they're all art history majors. I'm only doing this for the video, of course. You can give your girls whatever you want, or your guys whatever you want, however many classes. It really doesn't matter because we're not going to be playing them. So, I believe you are the last one. So, if you honestly do it this way, it's not that hard. You can, oh, I'm not shift clicking. You can literally plan out their life based off of how you created them and all that kind of stuff. And you could just go. So now that everyone's enrolled in university and they're living at home, we're going to go to Save Manage Worlds. And we're going, because everyone in this house we want them to all live in the sorority house. We're going to evict them. So basically we enrolled them into university, and then okay, calm down. We evicted them so they'll be eligible to become a roommate. So we're going to go ahead and evict the house. And they're in my household. So say your sorority girls were in your other household, you would click this button to move them into your house, and then we don't want them. So basically we're doing that so the game doesn't like randomly delete them. If you have MC Command installed, you shouldn't really have that issue anymore, but I'm just showing you. So now that the girls are evicted and they're all enrolled in university, we'll go back to Amber at Brightchester. And back to the house, and you can see that it says here for Foxbury Institute students only, female students only, and it's for the Pi Theta Nu sorority. So now that we're going back, Amber can get her roommates. So, and of course you only can do all of this with LittleMsSams choose a roommate mod. So now that we can do that, they should be eligible. Yes, they're all eligible to become roommates. So we're going to select each girl. And of course, if you need a little guide, you can always bring up your peoples. Okay? And you could choose, did I choose Laura? Come on, Laura. And then we could choose Charlotta, or whoever. And Lana, or Luana. So now all these girls should start spawning in. And once they do, we should be able to assign them to beds. Or are they already becoming assigned? They are. So they're picking their beds and they're deciding where they're going to sleep. Perfect. Do we have a bed? I don't know. So let's go ahead and assign Amber. Everyone should have beds. They're all spawning in. They're going to take their time. But now you're in a house, in a sorority house with your sisters. So you got all your sisters in here. And this is how you get the sorority started. So you're going to have a main sim. And this is how you get your sorority started. So if you wanted multiple sororities, you'll do that same process over. You also can change their hangout. So say there is a bar on campus that you want them to be a part of. You can choose a bar. You can choose specific. So you will go over here. You could go to Brightchester. You could say that their go-to place is Larry's Lagoon, which is the university bar. You could do that if you want to see them out and about. So keep that in mind as well. It doesn't always have to be their location. But I want Elle to join Pi Theta Nu, and I want her to live in this house with her sisters, and I want her to be a part of this group, and I want her to be able to do the things that they do, which is play soccer, and I want her to drink bar drinks, and then I want her to fun and games I want her to dance. So those are things that Pi Theta Nu do, and we want to be a part of that. So that's what we're about to do. I'm gonna show you now how to join the sorority and live in their house. So again, we'll go to save and manage worlds. Now that the sorority is established, we can join now. But able to join, we have to be enrolled in Foxbury. But for story purposes, my girl don't know them and she's not affiliated with them. So how can I get to know the girls? This is another thing I'm talking about with the mods, that I really want to see, like a sorority meet and greet type of night where you can select the clubs to come to a bar or a park and people can come up and meet them. So for Elle, we're going to be playing with her. I want Elle to know a little bit more about Pi Theta Nu. I want her to learn the girls. I want her to meet the girls. And I want her to befriend them. Now, normally for storyline purposes, what you could do is you could already be enrolled in Foxbury, and say you're a freshman. You can make calendar events. This is where seasons comes in. You can make events where people hang out and you meet with them and stuff like that. So what I would do with my series, which I am going to do, is as a freshman, we're already living in the dorms. So as you're taking your term, you could come to the Pi Theta Nu house and you can meet all of the girls who live there and befriend them, and then eventually apply. And once you start your next term, you can apply to live in the Pi Theta Nu house. So that's what we're going to say. We're going to act as if Elle is already enrolled in Foxbury, living in the dorm, but we all know that she's not. But for storyline purposes, you could go there. So I'm going to bring Elle to the Pi Theta Nu house, and we're going to befriend the girls, because I believe if you ask to be, if you ask to join those groups, they're going to make you do something, I believe. So you can see that here's Amber and all the other girls, and you can see that they're a part of the Pi Theta Nu. Pi Theta Nu is she's the leader. So with her, we could, for storyline purposes, we could come and we could introduce ourselves to all of the girls and get to know them and do all of that good stuff. And once we've done that and we're ready to join the club, we could go down to the Pi Theta Nu and we can apply. Notify club members that your sim would like to join their club. But before we do that, for storyline purposes, I want to get to know all the girls. So now that you think you're a little bit more friendly with the leader, and maybe in your game to make this a little bit more challenging, if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can say that you want her to befriend every single person in the sorority before she can apply, just to add on to realism. So maybe if you see them out and about on campus, or they're at bar night or something like that, you can chat it up with them, befriend them, maybe come over to their house often, be that annoying pledge, and do all y'all things. So now that we feel like we're in, like I feel like they like us, maybe we can apply. So hi Elle, I heard you're interested in joining Pi Theta Nu. Come hang out with us, and if you're impressed, we could ask you. Oh wait, what? Come hang out with us, and if you impress us, you can ask us to apply for Pi Theta Nu. We're meeting at Pi Theta Nu. Everyone will be there. Are you going to make it? So you'll say, yes, I'll be there. So say you chose their hangout to be at the pub. Actually, let's do this. Oh, actually, we're playing her. Dang it. So you think about that when you do things. If you want them to go out and meet somewhere, which I think would be really cute, I'm gonna set that up so y'all can see what that looks like, and then we'll come back and we'll apply. Because I don't want to just hang out at the house. We can actually say like their hangout is the local bar, and we can meet up at the local bar, schmooze all the girls, and join the club. So like I said before, befriending them in the beginning is total just, that's honestly just for content purposes. It's for realism if you wanted to meet them and all that kind of stuff. But once you click join a club and you click apply for invite, that's when you'll actually need to do all the schmoozing. So I guess it would be nice if you were friends with them ahead of time. I guess it'll be a little bit easier, but for storyline purposes, I just wanted to do that. So let me show you what it looks like if their club hangout was the bar, and that's what she asked to meet, and you have to impress everyone there. So let me set that up, and I'll be right back. I'm back in Amber's household. We're going to go over to Phi Theta Nu, and we're going to change their club hangout to be in Brightchester, and we're going to say that it's Pepper's Pub, just so we could go somewhere different. All these loading screens, but I want to show y'all every possibility so you can see what I'm doing, and you can follow this, and it can be fun and easy, and you can add a ton of sororities to your game, or fraternities. Please know that you can do this for guys too. So now that, like I said, now back to where we were. Now that we feel like we've schmoozed and we're ready to join, maybe there's certain qualifications you need. It'll tell you right here if you needed to meet certain requirements, like maybe you needed to be a 2-star celebrity, or maybe you needed to be rich, or maybe you needed more skills and fitness to join. That's another thing you could do for realism. So when you are making these sororities, think about their requirements. What do they need to do to join your group? Do they need to have multiple skill sets? Do they need to have different traits? Do they need to be a celebrity? Do they need to be in a certain financial status? Really think about those things so it's not just super easy to join. You want this to be a little challenging for realism purposes. I mean, if you don't, then of course you could just do what I'm doing. I'm only making it super easy to show you for video purposes. But when I do mine in my series, which we're going to start this on stream, because this is going to be so tedious, because knowing me, I want to make all of my girls, all of my guys, I'm not building their houses, that's crazy. We could put all of the houses down and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be super tedious, but it's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so real. You can have different clubs to pledge to, or just have options, and even making calendar events where you have to travel somewhere, and you could call it like I guess it's like Rush Week. You could call it Rush Week, and where you go out and you meet all of these sororities, and then you put in your bids and all that kind of stuff. So if you are in a sorority or fraternity, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, basically you can make a calendar day, a holiday, where you have to go and meet all the girls or guys in their houses, and you have options. And I think if you have at least 2 for a fraternity and sorority, it makes it a little bit fun, So now I'm just adding in content for y'all. Now that everything's available, we can go ahead and we can apply. Amber will send us the same message, but this time it's at Pepper's Pub because that's their hangout location, and we'll say yes, I'll be right there. So maybe you've decided in your game, okay, on Friday I'm going to apply for my I'm going to submit for my preference, and yes, so start a club gathering. L should make a good first impression on the Phi Theta Nu who are gathering. Phi Theta Nu who are gathering. Okay, why is there a period right there? She should socialize with the club members and ask to apply to Phi Theta Nu if things go well. So again, this gives you a feel for the girls. So we know that Amber is the person who is the leader. Of course, I'm pretty sure you can ask any of these girls. Can you ask any of them? Talk about children. Maybe we have to go to clubs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can ask any person. So you could just talk about it with them. And you can see they're doing some of their club activities. They're drinking bar drinks. They're dancing. All that stuff. So we want to come and schmooze it up. And again, say you were here for a couple of hours. things are going well, or maybe things aren't going well. Maybe your sim doesn't like these girls. Maybe your sim doesn't like a particular person. And you know what? This sorority isn't for me. But for me, for video purposes, we've been talking for a long time. Now I feel like things are great. Hopefully I get in. So I'll go over to her and I will apply to Phi Theta Nu. I keep saying Phi. Congratulations, L was accepted into Phi Theta Nu. So now if we go to our clubs, we see that L is a part of the group. And you're like, oh my God, yes, she is in. She is in. So in realism terms, she would still be finishing her term. If you start off like how I said, she'll still be in the middle of her term as a quote unquote freshman. But now that she's in the club, she should be able to enroll into the house. She should be able to move into that house and everything be great. Okay? She could do all of that now. So we're in the club. Oh my God, my sisters, my sorority. I'm so ready to move into the sorority house and live my college days in a sorority. So what you would do, you would enroll or re-enroll if you finished your term. And of course you could do this while you're on break too. You could do this whenever. We're going to say we are communications majors. We're going to take 3 classes. And we want to move into the Phi Theta Nu house because we are now in Phi Theta Nu and we want to live our days there. So we're going to go there. We're going to go ahead and pay with household funds. And we're going to move. We're moving. So we're moving into the house. We got into the club. We've had our Christmas break and now it's time to re-enroll. And now that we're part of the Phi Theta Nu club, aka sorority, now we can join the house and we're here. We're here now and we live here and we still have all of our sisters. Let's double check. Yes, all of our sisters are still here. Okay, where's their bed for me? Bridget. Okay, here's my bed. Assigned bed to L. So now I live in here with my sisters and we are part of the sorority and all that kind of stuff. Now, because we are just a member of the group, now that we're just a member of the group, we can't change anything. But if you have Amber here, because you're going to have Amber in. But say you want to be the leader of the group. But you want to be able to change the things that y'all do. And you want to add perks and all those kind of things. And you want to be able to edit whatever. There may be a mod where you can do that no matter who's the leader of the group. If there is, I want to get it. But if there isn't, the good old fashioned way, we could convince Amber to give you the reins. Convince the leader to step down. Okay? So let's give Amber a little bit more. Let's make me and Amber a little bit better friends. Again, you could do this. Say you spend a whole term. This is only for story purposes. Say you did a whole term and you're now great friends with the leader, but maybe she's graduated or maybe you want to take on the reins. You'll go over to club actions. You'll go to convince leader to step down. And then hopefully she gives you the reins. You're right, El McCoy. You're right, El McCoy. Maybe you should lead Phi Theta Nu. So now we lead them and we can change everything. Now if you didn't want her to be in your group anymore, I'm pretty sure you could shift click her and remove from household. I can't remember. But there used to be a thing that said remove from household. If you shift click. Can you do it with this? I'm not sure. I forgot how you remove people from the household. Maintain sim. Move sim. Okay, now that Amber's gone, I should be able to add her as a roommate. Yes. So now we can add her as a roommate. So what I did was I went to MC command. I went to Command, Maintain Sim, and then you'll go to Move Sim. And you can move them into another household. So now that we're in charge of the group and we can decide what's going on, we're bringing Amber back. She should be my roommate. Now, I don't know where Amber went. Maybe she'll spawn if I reload, or maybe she won't come back. Keep that in mind as well. Whoever you start your sorority with, maybe you'll lose them, but maybe you don't care about them. Maybe it's just a random sim that you know you're going to lose. Of course, if you don't want anything to do with them, like say this was just a regular old sim, you ain't even dressed them because you knew they were going to be disposable, you can always maintain them and then you can delete them. So that is up to you in its entirety. But that's how you create a functioning sorority and fraternity. You could do the same thing I did with guys. So yes, it's tedious, but it is a workaround. If you want Greek life in your game, I think it's great. And another thing I think you can do, living in a sorority house, I think you can plan a number of events, such as like keg parties, and you can have those as teen study groups. You can have regular hangouts. This is Kawaii Stacy's basic event, social event mods. You can still throw dance parties, house parties, and you can plan them throughout the term. You can plan them throughout the week, and you can still have a functioning sorority. You can still have Greek life. You can still have things like y'all all go and do, like, one thing I thought about with seasons is you can choose to volunteer, and you can do all of these kind of things and still have a functioning sorority type feel. So don't forget about all of the things we have that come with other packs, because you can have functioning sororities. Now for me, I'm going to have I'm just going to show you guys my plan so you kind of know what I mean. But I plan on having Newcrest be my sorority row. So I want to have sorority row here, maybe have fraternity row there, and then all of this be like downtown hangout area, hangout space. But it's all still going to function as university housing. So I plan on doing what I showed you today at least 10 other times in my game. And when my sim is in university, I plan on having a day, having an event, maybe just calling it a random hangout session, where it's going to be like rush week or something, and they can go and look at all of the houses, or they can go out and meet people, or even making it a holiday, and you can even take off work and school from it, and you can say things like what could you say, like maybe there's some drinking involved, maybe it's like a mixer, so you can have drinking. You can have going on a vacation or traveling. So just traveling to different houses will definitely give you that one. Maybe more of a party spirit. And what else? Like you can have some fun. You can have some streaking. Like just think of it like college and just have fun with it. This is where I want to have modders. I want to have custom holiday events like I don't know, like join a club or talk to a club member or something like that. I want to have social events like bonfire night, where maybe the sorority's throwing like a bonfire night. Or I just want to have different things. I want to have more club icons. I want to have Greek letters that we can put on the front of the things. And I want to have clothing with the colors and all that kind of stuff. So that's where I'm looking for a modder's help. So if you know someone, or if you are someone who does CC creation or modding and all that kind of stuff, hit me up. Another thing that just came up in my mind, say you want to do all of these things like joining a sorority, or even something like homecoming, and you don't necessarily want to go to classes, you can just make holidays and add like something small like party, like party spirit, and you can click this up here that says day off of work and school, and you can just do these kind of things. So you can still have rush week, you can name it rush week, you can name it preference day, you can name it bid day, you can name it anything you want, and still have the university feel, but you just take 3 days off to get those kind of things done in your game. Just another thing I thought about for content, so keep that in mind. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to get a functioning sorority in your game, and I'm just so excited. So thank y'all so much for everything. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to stay beautiful, stay lovely, and have a great day. Bye, guys.